Yo, 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 mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Nice. What's up, guys? My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. I hope you're all having yourselves an awesome afternoon so far. Yeah, man. I'm hoping that you guys had yourselves a nice day. It's been a really weird day for me, as always. But happy to be on here. Always a pleasure, and never take that for granted. I love these headsets. Putting them on is definitely quite an honor. So yes, so the Phillies, man, it's time for some Phillies baseball. We have to kind of just get down into it. The Phillies, well, they haven't really been doing well, to say the least, over their last 5 games. They're on a 5-game losing streak, and they're 5-10 in the month of May. And hopefully, I mean, we keep saying this, but hopefully they can just try to turn it around today. I know that the weather's not really the best out there whatsoever. It's actually 71 degrees, and rain is still in the forecast. It rained a little bit earlier today, and hopefully we'll be underway in just a few minutes. Okay, how many people we got on here? Hello to Isaac, and hello to all the other people that are on here as well. Let's talk about the starting lineups. Okay, so actually let's take a look at the bump first. So we have Jameson Tailon, who's going to be facing Aaron Nola, and Nola will be making another start today. Hopefully he can try to do really well. He's been very inconsistent, but the Phillies just haven't. They've been going to him and Wheeler a lot, and Aaron Nola has to have an Aaron Nola type of an outing. And Jameson Tailon, well, this is a guy who is now 31 years old. He has a 4.97 ERA on the road, that is. And during his last game, he went 4 2/3. He allowed 4 earned runs. He's actually allowed 3 or more earned runs in about 3 innings over his last 3 outings. So that's just been the average for the most part. But yes, so hopefully the Phillies can try to hit off of him. As I mentioned, he's now 31 years old. Spent some time with the Pittsburgh Pirates for about 4 seasons, and he also played with the Yankees for 2 seasons, and the Cubs for 1. So that's who they're going to be facing today. And the starting lineup, we'll just get over to it right now. So for the Cubs, leading things off for them, it'll be Nico Horner over at second base. Dansby Swanson is the shortstop. Ian Happ is out in left field. He's hitting third. Saya Suzuki is out in right field. He's batting fourth. Trey Mancini hitting fifth. He's the designated hitter. Patrick Wisdom, who was the DH last night, is over at third base. Matt Mervis is over at first now. Jan Gomes playing catcher. And Christopher Morel is hitting ninth in center field. Everyone is blaming the pitching. I am blaming our atrocious runners in scoring position left on. 2 things can be true. 2 things can be true, my guy. And first of all, thank you so much for coming on here, Darth. I appreciate it so much. Seriously, it means a lot. But no, 2 things can be true. You know what I'm saying? So that's really how it's going to be. Like, the Phillies really have to do a better job with hitting runners in scoring position. Last night, though, they only had 3 runners in scoring position. Even though they were 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position, they weren't even able to get any runners in scoring position. But you're right. Before last night's game, that has continued to be a big theme, a big problem with this team. I think, and this is just me speaking out loud here, but the hitting doesn't concern me as much because I do know that eventually this ship is going to get turned around. I know that. I am actually more concerned about the pitching because the miles are on the tires with Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler, and they're going really deep, they're being used a lot, and so they didn't get as much rest last season from the off season of last season to this year because of the World Series run that they made. They pitched a lot of innings last year, and I just think that with the new pitch clock, and I hate to say this, but with the new rules and with also, pitching last year as far as they went, even though they weren't accustomed to it, they have to be better too. But there is a lot of pressure on them, and the bullpen, I can't necessarily fault them that much either, because if the starters aren't going deep, there's a whole domino effect to it. You understand what I'm saying? So they just have to play better as a team. They got to hit better with runners in scoring position, and they just have to be better. Yes. You're my drive time DJ for the next 2 hours, JJ. Let's go, Larry. Let's go. That's sick. If you guys are new to my channel, please make sure you like. Please make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon as well. Yep, the lineup will be OP come June. We have 2 starters with a +7 ERA, not so good. Jose, what does he say? Hi, good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. What's up, Jose? How you doing, man? How are you doing? First pitch underway. It's hit out to center field. Marsh on the run. He'll make the catch. Nico Horner just lined that one out to center field. And Marsh is there. He has his sunglasses on, I think, because the sun is starting to peek out a little bit over there. But there's one gone. Nola in 9 starts is a 3-3 record. He's pitched in 55 2/3 of an inning. He has a 4.53 ERA. 43 strikeouts in those 53 innings, and only 12 walks. I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. Here's Dansby Swanson, who's up at the plate. And the pitch by Nola. It's right over the middle of the plate for a called strike. So Swanson has had his share of facing Aaron Nola. Let me update the scoreboard. Apologize about that. The 0-1. Fouled back towards the screen. Okay, so the scoreboard. No, it is updated. Okay. Well, we got to wait a few minutes. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on. 1 out in the top of the first. The Phillies lost last night's game by a score of 10-1. The 0-2. Outside and low. So it was a 10-1 score last night. Ranger got the loss. Marcus Stroman went 6 innings for the Cubs, and he had 4 strikeouts and only allowed 1 earned run. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. It was 94 miles per hour right down Broad Street, and there's 2 gone. And Dansby Swanson will strike out. It was a fastball that had a lot of good movement. And Ian Happ will come up to the plate now. All right, so now let's try to update the scoreboard. Score bug. There we go. Happ will foul the first pitch off. There we go. Hope they win today, but who knows? Yeah, I'm hoping that they win too. Happ hitting 301 on the season. He's been arguably the best hitter for the Cubs. The 0-1. It's taken right on the outside corner for a called strike. I don't know. That's a good question. Nobody on. 2 outs in the top of the first. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch by Nola. On the inside corner, called strike 3. And that'll do it. A 1-2-3 inning by Aaron Nola. And we go to the bottom of the first. 2 strikeouts in a row by Aaron Nola. And Stott will be leading things off when we come back. He called the heat. Yes, he did, man. That was nice. That was nice. All right, so let's talk about the Phillies line. First of all, if you guys are new on here, okay, I just want to introduce myself to you guys because I didn't really give you a proper introduction. I'm sorry about that. My name is Jason Joseph. Okay, this is Play-by-Play with JJ. If you guys are new to my channel, we cover Phillies baseball. We also just wrapped up the Sixers season. We called basketball games as well. I'm a broadcaster from South Jersey, and I've been coming on here for the last 5 months just calling games for teams that I love. So if you love the Phillies as much as I do, if you love the Sixers as much as I do, if you love the Flyers as much as I do, make sure that you like, make sure you subscribe, and hit the bell icon. We don't talk about the football team because I don't hate the football team, but we just don't do we don't do Eagles football. We do Patriots football. I do have to put that out there because you guys are going to see it. So, but yes. So if you guys like all that content, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe as well, and hit the bell icon so that way you know when I upload. With that being said, Darth Pooh, welcome on in. I know, Darth Pooh. We don't get into that conversation with the Phillies, but I have to bring it up because I have to, I gotta brand myself somehow. So I'm just telling you how you went to a game 3. Yeah, I know. It's we'll get into it later. Bryson Stott will be leading things off for the Phillies. He is over at second base. Nick Castellanos is out in right field. He's hitting second today. Bryce Harper hitting third. JT Realmuto hitting fourth. Kyle Schwarber is out in left field. He's batting fifth. Hitting sixth is Alec Bohm as the first pitch is taken inside for a ball. And then after that, we got Brandon Marsh, and he will be in center field. Cody Clemens is over at first base batting eighth, and batting ninth is Edmundo Sosa over at shortstop. So it's 1 strike to Bryson Stott, who is leading things off for the Phillies. Stott's average has plummeted all the way down to 279. 1 strike, and the pitch. Down low and inside for a ball. So on the bump for the Cubs is Jameson Tailon, who has pitched in 6 outings this season, has an 0-2 record, and in his 24 1/3 of an inning he's gone, he has a 6.56 ERA. The 2-1. Line drive out to right field, and it'll drop in for a base hit, and Bryson Stott is able to get on with a leadoff single, and that's how we start off the bottom of the first. The Phillies today, and this is no disrespect to Jameson Tailon, but Taillon's been really struggling over his last 3 outings, and so the bats need to come to play today. Castellanos batting second. Trey Turner has the day off. The pitch. Check swing. He went around. Home plate umpire Eric Backus says that he did. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch. Taken down low for a ball. Castellanos versus lefties this year. He's been hitting .261. He has 2 homers and 5 RBI. Versus righties in 146 at-bats. He has 3 home runs and 24 RBI. The 1-1. It's lined foul. That makes it a 1-2 count. The crew chief for today, we have Eric Backus, who's behind the plate. Laz Diaz is over at first base. Second base is Mike Estabrook, and over at third is Andy Fletcher. Stott over at first base. He got on with a leadoff single. We're here in the bottom of the first. It's scoreless at the bank. The 1-2 to Castellanos. Just a little bit up high, and according to the StatCast, it looked like it was a strike, but not in Eric Backus' eyes. You're right. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Throw back over to first for disengagement is not in time. All right, so now let's update the scoreboard. I don't see it running. Is it? Maybe it is. I think it's frozen. 2-2. Line drive out to left field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Stott is going over to second base, and back-to-back singles issued by Jameson Tailon. And that is how we start off the bottom of the first. Well, that's certainly a good way to start off the afternoon. All right, let's figure out this. There we go. That's why. All right. So Harper comes up. Runners over at first and second. Taillon on the bump for the Cubs. The first pitch is down low. It was a curveball at 82 miles per hour. So the Phillies and the Cubs are 20-24. Bye, Jose. Thanks for coming on here, my guy. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 1-0. Up high for ball 2. I want everyone to remember that Nick kept us alive in April and May. Yeah, you're right. He did. He totally did. Taillon looks back at second. The 2-0. In the dirt for ball 3. So Castellanos singled. Stott singled. And it was actually vice versa of how it happened. Or of what happened first. 3 balls, no strikes, nobody out in the bottom of the first to Bryce Harper and the pitch. It's taken inside and high for ball 4. And that'll load the bases. And all of a sudden, with nobody out, the Phillies have the bases juiced. Taillon could not find the strike zone, and JT Realmuto will come up to the plate. JT, a 3-time All-Star, a 2-time Gold Glove winner, and a 2-time All-MLB First Team member as well. There's a conversation on the mound as the pitching coach for the Chicago Cubs goes out there to talk to his pitcher. We have a quick timeout as now everybody's going to go back to their spots. Stott over at third base. That took the corner. Should be 3-1. First pitch. It's taken a little bit up high for a ball. So JT up at the plate. He's hitting .298 on the season. 1-0. Down low for ball 2. 6 straight balls in a row delivered to JT. So Tommy Hotovy went out there to talk to Jameson Tailon to try to settle him down. 2-0. Swing and a miss. That was a fastball at 94, it looked like on the radar. So it was rainy a little bit earlier. The clouds have been starting to clear up. The 2-1 to JT. Popped up towards the infield. Swanson says he has it, and he'll make the catch on the outfield grass. And there's one gone. Bases still loaded, though, for the Phillies as JT pops out over to shortstop. And Kyle Schwarber, who's out in left field, is up at the plate. So the Cubs, as far as their defensive lineup goes, behind the plate is Yan Gomes. Pitching is Jameson Taillon. And we'll go from first base to third base in just a few moments. First pitch to Kyle Schwarber is taken for a strike. So over at first base for the Cubs is Matt Mervis. Over at second base is Nico Horner. At third base, we have Patrick Wisdom. And at shortstop is Dansby Swanson. Schwarber hitting .172 this season. The pitch. Line drive, foul, up into the upper deck. Oh, man. That thing went a miles high. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded in the bottom of the first for the Phillies. As we are scoreless. Nola had a 1-2-3 first inning. The 0-2. Laid off by Schwarber on the curveball at 82 miles per hour. 20 pitches so far by Jameson Taillon. And then the outfield, forgot to mention, out in left field is Ian Happ. In center field, we have Christopher Morel. And out in right field is Saya Suzuki. Schwarber does call for time. And he steps back into the batter's box. Taillon with the signs the pitch. Way up high and outside for ball 2. Schwarber did homer in the second game of the series against the Giants. That was in the 9th inning off of Camilo Duval. He does lead the team in home runs. The 2-2. Swinging a high fly ball, drilled deep to right field. And that is a grand slam for Kyle Schwarber. Up into the second deck. That is his 11th home run of the season. And the Phillies have a 4-0 lead. A moonshot out to right field. And the Phillies get some high fives. The bell is ringing. And the Phillies lead 4-0. I think it was a hanging breaking ball that was just out towards the middle of the plate, and Schwarber squared it up and got it right on out of here into the second deck of right field. First pitch to Alec Boehm is taken at the knees for a called strike. So Kyle Schwarber with the grand slam puts the Phillies up 4-0. The 0-1. It's taken just a little bit down low for a ball. Whew, man. That thing was crushed. That's what the fans want to see. The 1-1. Laid off by Boehm. And that'll make it a 2-1 count. So the fans have a little bit of life. I have 11 people on here. Nice. 2-1. Ground ball over to third base. Bobbled, though. And that's going to be ruled as an error by Patrick Wisdom, as he's just going to eat that one up. And Boehm gets on over at first base. It was a hopper that Wisdom just could not field properly. And was looking for it, and then finally found it and was just like, I'm not even going to throw it. So that's going to go as an E5. And Boehm is aboard over at first base. Still one out. Phillies up 4-0 on the grand slam by Kyle Schwarber. First pitch to Brandon Marsh. Taken for a strike. A curveball at 81 miles per hour. Marsh is hitting .274 this season. He's hitless, though, versus Jameson Tailon. The 0-1. Line foul down the third base line, and it'll find the seats. So Marsh is hitting 7th in the lineup. It's no balls, 2 strikes. And in last night's game, Marsh ended up going 0 for 3. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 0-2. Taken outside for a ball. It was a cutter at 89 miles per hour. This is Taillon's 7th start of the season. As I mentioned, he's 0-2 with a 6.29 ERA. The 1-2. Fouled back once again. Weather is starting to clear up here in Philadelphia. The 1-2 pitch. Foul ball once again by Marsh. Good job by him to just continue to fight in this at-bat. Phillies have their Memorial Day baseball hats on as they've been taking the field. Cubs actually are wearing them too. The 1-2. On the outside corner, called strike 3, and to be honest with you, it looked like it was way outside, but Eric Backus calls it a strike, and there's 2 gone. And that was not even close. Not even close. 2 gone in the bottom of the first. Cody Clemens is due up now for the Phils. First pitch to Cody is taken at the knees, a cutter at 89 miles per hour. Cody has a .205 batting average. He has 3 home runs and 6 RBI as well. The windup in the pitch, just a little bit down low, was a curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cody Clemens. Here at the bank, 2 outs. Bohm over at first. The 1-1. That's ripped out to right center field. That has a chance. It's going back to the warning track to the wall. It's gone again. A 2-run home run by Cody Clemens. And the Phillies have bursted out with a 6-0 lead in the bottom of the first. And the bell is ringing. 2 home runs in the bottom of the first for the Phillies. High fives all around the dugout. And they have come charging with the runs. That pitch was a fastball right down the middle, and Cody Clemens was right into his wheelhouse. Just lined that one on out of here over to right center field. Edmundo Sosa will ground this one over to third on a hop. And the throw over to first is in time for out number 3. The throw was made by Patrick Wisdom, but the Phillies have scored 6 runs thanks to a grand slam by Kyle Schwarber that landed in the second deck and a 2-run bomb by Cody Clemens. We go to the top of the second inning. The Phillies are up 6-0. Nice. Whew. How you guys doing, man? It's a little quiet in the chat. I know Larry's driving, though. We got 14 people on here. That's pretty nice, man. Nice stuff. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell icon as well, so that way you know when I either go live or when I upload. This is good to see. Good to see. Dude's ERA went from 6.67 to 8.02. I have to ask you guys. Did the grand slam call like overmodulate? Like, was it too pitchy or whatever? Because I can always turn myself down. Or did it come in clear? I hope it came in clear. I'll always listen. I'll listen back to it later, but that was nice. Yeah, his ERA went from 6 point. It's so right. It's crazy. How was everybody's Saturday afternoon? Good? Bad? Terrible? Okay. Let me know. All right, we go to the top of the second inning. Aaron Nola back out there for his second inning of work. And the first pitch to Seiya Suzuki is taken at the knees for a called strike. Kyle Schwarber getting a little standing ovation from the crowd as he went back out there into the field. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It was a cutter that was taken, or that was down low, and Suzuki swung at it. He's hitting .293 on the season. He has 5 homers, 17 RBI. In last night's game, he went 2 for 4 with a run scored. The pitch. Foul ball. Phillies up 6-0 in the top of the second inning, thanks to a grand slam by Kyle Schwarber and a 2-run homer by Cody Clemens. The 0-2 pitch. Oh, man, that was up high, but it was called strike 3, and Aaron Nola gets the call, and that's the third strikeout on the day. Oh, it's going to be a long day at the plate for Eric Backus. But that's now 3 straight strikeouts in a row from Nola. Trey Mancini is due up now for the Cubs. First pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. So, forgot to mention this, but the Phillies, they claimed Dylan Covey off of waivers from the Dodgers. And in order for them to make room for Dylan Covey, who's a right-handed pitcher, they ended up transferring Derek Hall to the 60-day injured list. Nothing new in regards to his injury update or anything like that. It's just they had to make the move for salary cap purposes. The pitch by Nola, taken down low. So it's a 1-1 count, 1 out, and nobody on in the top of the second. Phillies had a sold-out crowd last night, and it looks like it's a sellout this afternoon. They lead 6-0. The 1-1 by Nola outside. It was a 92-mile-per-hour sinker. If you guys have not done so already, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe if you enjoy my play-by-play commentary. And feel free to come on to the chat, man. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Trey played for the Houston Astros last season and was had some good at-bats against the Phillies. 2-2. Grounded over to third base, fielded on a couple of hops by Bone, and the throw over to first is in time for out number 2. Five in a row retired by Nola. And Patrick Wisdom will come up and be the next man up. Wisdom has 12 homers, 23 RBI, and he's batting .235 on the season. In last night's game, he went 0 for 2. He was a DH. The first pitch is on the outside corner, taken at the knees for a called strike. Aaron Nola looking really good so far. The windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss on a knuckle curve. That was way down low, and it certainly fooled Wisdom. An 0-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on. In the top of the second inning, lots of 2s on the board. The windup and the pitch. Outside for a ball at 94 miles per hour. Orioles are tied 2-2 against the Toronto Blue Jays. The Rangers lead 4-0 against the Colorado Rockies. And here's the 1-2 pitch. Foul ball back towards the net behind the plate. The Tigers, they lead the Nationals 2-0 in the top of the third. The Marlins and the Giants are scoreless as they go to the top of the third inning. And the Diamondbacks lead 1-0 against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Phillies up 6-0 in this ball game. Nobody on, 2 outs. 1 ball, 2 strikes in the top of the second. And the pitch in the dirt. Another knuckle curve, but Wisdom decided not to bite. The Rays are also up 1-0 against the Brewers in the bottom of the second. 2-2 pitch. Another foul ball. It was a check swing foul ball that time. Pretty long at bat by Patrick Wisdom. He's continuing to fight off pitches. In the last two scores, we got Reds and Yankees. That game's in the top of the second. The Yankees are down 1-0, and the Astros, they lead the Oakland A's 2-0. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss on another knuckle curve, and that is now 4 strikeouts by Aaron Nola. Another 1-2-3 inning, and we go to the bottom of the second inning. The Phillies are up 6-0. Ready. 12 people. Oh, we got 15. Nice. If you guys have not done so already, please, please, please make sure that you smash the like button and hit the subscribe button as well. If you guys have not subscribed to my channel, I don't know what you guys are waiting for. We do Phillies play-by-play. We're on here pretty much almost every single day. And, yeah, man. We've been doing this for 5 months. If you want to follow JJ on all the social media platforms, make sure that you do that as well. The link to that it should be listed in the chat. You could go follow the LINKTREE, and that would be awesome. I'm going to take a very, very quick step off, but don't go anywhere. I'll be right back in about 20 seconds. All right. Nice. Had a little nice stretch time, and we go to the bottom of the second inning. Phillies are up 6-0. It's funny because I feel like every time that we're doing a Phillies game, there's at least one lineup, whether it's the Phillies or their opposition, that has 9 men come up to the plate and not more than that. 1 ball, 1 strike to Stott, who singled in the first and scored a run on the grand slam hit by Kyle Schwarber. The pitch, foul ball. Jameson Tailon is pitching once again. He has 39 pitches in the ball game. 71 degrees at the bank outside. It rained earlier in the day. 1-2 pitch. Up high for ball 2. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock. And the pitch fouled back towards the seats. Bryson Stott from Las Vegas, Nevada. Played for the Jersey Shore Blue Claws. I got a chance to cover him a couple of years ago. I was calling games for the Wilmington Blue Rocks. 2-2 pitch is fouled back once again. And the one thing I noticed when I was calling games for Jersey Shore and I got to see him play, I noticed that he was very versatile and that he could defend at multiple positions. 2-2 pitch. Once again, another foul ball. And he was doing what he's doing right now, fighting off pitches. Does not make it easy for the hitter or for the pitcher to just get an easy out. Tailon gets the signs, the kick, and the pitch. Popped up towards shallow center field. This is going to be tough. Dansby Swanson, though, backs up, and he'll make the catch and calls off Christopher Morel. Morel gives him a little slap on the butt. 1 out. Ugh. Mike Estabrook had to get out of the way. And Castellanos is up at the plate. He'll ground that one over to shortstop. It's fielded on a hop by Dansby Swanson. And the throw over to first is in time for out number 2. So Castellanos is retired, and he is now 1 for 2 on the day so far. 2 gone in the bottom of the second inning. Tailon has 45 pitches, and that'll leave things up to Bryce Harper. Nobody on, 2 outs. Harper walked his first time up, and he'll line that one over the third baseman's head out into left field for another base hit. And Harper thought about going over to second base and just pumped the brakes, went back over to first as the throw was cut off by Swanson. And Harper gets on with a 2-out single. Good to see Bryce Harper continue to hit. Was lined over the third baseman Patrick Wisdom's head. There was no chance that he was going to get over there. JT is up, and he'll fly that pitch out towards the infield on the run, and making the catch for out number 3 will be Nico Horner. And that'll do it. No runs, 1 man left, and we go to the top of the third. The Phillies are still up 6-0. Okay. All right, I will be right back in just a few moments. What happened? Yeah. All right, I'll be right back. Top of the third we go as the Phillies lead the Cubs 6-0. Both teams coming into today are 20-24. Cubs, they won last night's game by a score of 10-1. And the Phillies are on a 5-game losing streak, but they have a 6-0 lead for Aaron Nola. Matt Mervis will come up to the plate for the Cubs as he'll lead things off. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 due up in this third inning. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the first pitch delivered to Mervis is outside for a ball. I hope you're all having yourselves an awesome afternoon. And hopefully everybody's having a good day. 1-0. It's taken inside for ball 2. You know, every time I see Aaron Nola out there now, I keep thinking of his brother Austin Nola, and every time that they face each other. It's a pretty cool battle as a brother. 2-0. It's a knuckle curve on the outside corner for a called strike. I've always wondered when it comes to athletes, like Serena and Venus Williams, or Jason and Devin McCourty, or Shannon and Sterling Sharp. How does it feel like when you're facing your brother? 2-1. It's lined out in the right field, bobbled though by Castellanos, and he'll throw it over to second base. And well, if that would have gotten away from him a little bit further, that would have helped Matt Mervis get on or advance another base. But he gets on with a single to start off the top of the third inning. And the Cubs have their first hit. Here's Yan Gomes. Pitch. Taken for a strike. Gomes is batting .292. He has 6 home runs and 18 RBI on the season. No balls, 1 strike, and the windup in the pitch. Foul ball. Can't believe we're almost at the 400 mark, guys. That is pretty insane. That is wild. If you guys have not done so already, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you enjoy my play-by-play commentary. And let's hit 400, man. Let's have 400 people become a part of the family. Throw back over to first base is not in time. We're almost there. Mervis came in to pinch hit last night. The ball's 2 strikes, the pitch. Chopper over to third base. Bohm's going to throw across the diamond, and it's not in time. And I guess that'll go down as an infield single. And there's runners over at first and second. Gomes is able to get on. Bohm fielded it on a hop. Thought about throwing over to second, waited though, and threw it over to first, and Gomes hustled out of the batter's box. It'll be interesting to see what they score it as. I think it's just going to be ruled as an infield single. Took that extra step over to second base. And sometimes that's tough as an infielder to figure out, should I throw it over to second or not? Here's Christopher Morel, who homered in last night's game for the Cubs. He has 5 homers on the road, 9 RBI, and he's hitting .323. That's all just on the road. But it's no balls, 2 strikes, and the windup in the pitch. Swing and a miss on a 4-seam fastball right down Broad Street. And that is now 5 strikeouts by Aaron Nola. 1 out in the top of the third. It's good to see Aaron Nola throwing the types of pitches that he's throwing, because when he's on, he's on. This is good. Nico Horner, due up at the plate. He lined out in the first inning to center field. It's a 0-1 count as the pitch was taken on the inside corner for a called strike. Yeah, I've always been curious about the competition when it comes to competing, and you have, 2 siblings or that type of thing who play at the professional level. The ball's 2 strikes as the pitch was fouled off by Horner. On deck is Dansby Swanson, who is still looking for his first hit of the series. Phillies faced Marcus Stroman yesterday. Stroman went 6 strong innings for the Cubs. The 0-2 pitch, outside and low for a ball. The Phillies have really struggled against Stroman. The lineup hasn't really provided a whole lot of run support for their pitchers. But it's a different story today, as the 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. 6 strikeouts by Aaron Nola. 2 gone in the top of the third. Runners still over at first and second, though, for the Cubs. Back-to-back strikeouts issued by Nola. That time Nola went with a curveball that was outside and low, and Horner just went fishing after it. And he's not so happy with himself as he goes back into the dugout. Swanson was the first strikeout victim for Aaron Nola. And the first pitch is down low and outside. Dansby is hitting .262 with 3 homers and 16 RBI. You know, there was a whole, conversation on Twitter from Atlanta Braves fans and Cubs fans. The 1-0 swung on and missed. And the conversation was if the Braves miss Dansby Swanson, and the Cubs are like, you guys must miss him. And the Braves are like, nope, Archie is doing really well for us so far. You wonder if he's going to keep that up or if it's going to come down to earth or whatever. The stats. The pitch. Taken at the knees for a called strike. Oh, look at the fanatic out there in left field. Laying on top of, I don't know who that is, but I guess a mom and her daughter. 1-2 pitch. Line drive. Caught over at shortstop by Edmundo Sosa for out number 3. And Aaron Nola gets out of a little jam after allowing 2 base runners. He's able to get 2 strikeouts and a line out over to shortstop, and that'll do it as we go to the bottom of the third. The Phillies have a 6-0 lead. Are we live? We're live, right? Yeah, we are live. We're definitely live. Oh, boy. Don't forget, guys, if you're new to my channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and hit the bell icon as well so that way you know when I upload. I hope you're all having yourselves an awesome afternoon. Chat's been a little bit quiet today. I'm a little surprised. But I know that it is during the afternoon and people are spending time with their families, but I appreciate I appreciate you guys allowing me into your cars like Larry. Larry's on a little drive. Shout out to Larry. He's been very supportive of this channel for quite a while now, since we started doing baseball. And other than that, nothing too much else over here. I want to thank you all for allowing me to go into your cars, go into your homes, wherever you are. It's nice. It's nice to have that type of a thing. Here, I'll tell you guys something. So I was, where was it? I'll have to find it. I'll bring up the story actually during the next inning. I think that'll be a good one. Sometimes I think to myself, when I'm doing inning by inning, what's a good story for this inning? Or what's a good story for that inning? Or whatever. This one might be a good one for this inning. Okay, Kyle Schwarber will lead things off. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Phillies. Tailon out there for another inning of work, and the first pitch is fouled down the first base line. 48 pitches by Tailon so far. He gave up 6 runs in the first inning, and one of them was to this man at the plate who hit a grand slam, and that is Kyle Schwarber. Hit it all the way to the second deck out in right field. The 0-1. Oh, thank you, Larry. Thank you. I have to cut that. That was nice. Thank God. 1-1. It's taken up high for a ball. Thank you, Larry. I appreciate that, man. 2 balls, 1 strike to Kyle Schwarber. Nobody on in the bottom of the third. And the pitch popped up, but it's fouled behind the plate. And the count is even at 2-2. Kyle Schwarber spent a lot of time with the Chicago Cubs. He was initially drafted as a catcher. We all know that he won a World Series ring with the Cubs. 2-2. just a little bit inside. And to be honest with you, there was a similar pitch that was thrown by Tailon that he got the call on. It was the same exact one. It looked really similar, but he didn't get the call this time. It was inside. 3-2 pitch. Down low for ball 4, and Kyle Schwarber gets on for the second time today with a walk. Well, they have a close-up of the first base bag, and it shows the Armed Forces as an Armed Forces sign in honor of Memorial Day weekend. Bohm comes up for the Phils, and the first pitch is taken way up high and inside for a ball. Bohm reached on an error back in the first inning and scored a run as well. Fans filing in as the seats are starting to take up some space now. And the pitch that's lined out to center field, but that'll drop in for a base hit. And going over to third base is Kyle Schwarber, and runners are now at the corners with nobody out in the bottom of the third inning. It was actually not necessarily much of a line drive. It was really more of just a little flare, and it dropped in for a bloop single, but it wasn't too much of a pop-up. But nobody was able to get over there between Christopher Morel or even Dansby Swanson. But Schwarber does go over to third. So a walk and a single issued by Tailon. And Brandon Marsh comes up to the plate. And he'll line that one foul all the way to the third base side. They were showing a replay as Brandon Marsh is 0 for 1 today so far. Michael Rucker's actually warming up in the bullpen for the Cubs. I'll get to the replay thing in just a second after this pitch. Jameson Tailon lines up in the pitch. Popped up towards the second base side. Horner almost lost it, though. He backs up to the outfield grass. He'll make the catch. And Schwarber is going to stay put over at third base, and rightfully so, and there's one gone. So as Cody Clemens is coming up to the plate for the Phillies, they showed a replay of Kyle Schwarber hitting a long foul ball back in that first inning, and one of the fans dropped it like right over the rail and was so mad and looked so disappointed. But was like, oh, shucks, I missed it. That has got to be one of the worst feelings, like a dropped foul ball catch. It's got to be tough. Clemens is due up at the plate. Runners at the corners for the Phillies as they lead 6-0 in the bottom of the third. The first pitch is inside and low for a ball. Cody also homered back in the bottom of the first inning. It was a 2-run homer out to right center field. Almost landed up into the visitors' bullpen. Clemens batting 8th today. The 1-0 delivery is outside for a ball. It was a cutter at 90 miles per hour. So Rucker, as I mentioned, is warming up in the bullpen for Tailon, in case he gets into a little bit more trouble here and can't get out of a jam. 2 balls, no strikes. The windup and the pitch. Lined foul down the first base line, and Mike Napoli had to get out of the way of that. He's the first base coach now for the Cubs. He had himself a pretty good career. Bohm over at first. Schwarber over at third. And the 2-1 pitch. Outside. Good take by Clemens on a curveball at 82 miles per hour. 35 strikes thrown by Tailon out of his 61 pitches so far. 5 seconds left on the pitch clock, and the windup in the pitch. Down low for ball 4, and that'll load the bases again for the Phillies. That's the second walk issued in this inning. David Ross is going to pull the plug. And I think he's seen enough out of Jameson Tailon, and that's going to wrap things up for him as he continues to struggle. He is not happy with himself. As I mentioned before, over his last 3 outings he's had, in all 3 of his games that he's pitched, he's allowed at least 4 earned runs. That'll do it, as we have a pitching change. And we'll get you the name. It'll probably be Rucker. But just to make sure, we'll get you a name in just a few moments. So yes, I almost forgot my story. That's what it was. I wanted to go back to my story. So, I was listening to WIP today, okay? And, first of all, for those of you that are new to my channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and hit the bell icon so that way you know when I upload. But I was listening to WIP today, and I went to the Odyssey app, and I listened to the very end of last night's game, and I got to listen to Greg Murphy, do his post-game show with Scott Fransky and Larry Anderson. So John Kruk was also there in the booth too. Hi, Janice. And so I'm laughing because I didn't know this, but they just started releasing this at the ballpark. But Scott Fransky and Larry Anderson now have their own brand of beer. They actually sold it last night in Section 113. And it's from the Conshohocken Brewing Company. And Greg Murphy tried it last night. And I think he liked it. They actually were able to do like a little toast type of a thing on the air, which was actually like really, really cool. Greg actually posted the pic on his Instagram account. But the funny part about it is that Larry said to John, "Do you just collect beer cans?" Because John wanted to take, the beer can home with him. And John replied back, "Oh, I'm a can kicker on an empty one." That's quote what he said. And it was really funny. A portion of the profits are actually going to the Philadelphia Youth Sports Club Collaborative, which I think is really, really nice. And they have them at the ballpark, but you can also get them. I think they're also going to be stored in some stores. That's what they said. I think that's pretty nice. Here's Edmundo Sosa up at the plate for the Phillies, as Rucker is in there to pitch, and the 1-0 is taken right at the knees. It looked like it was down low and outside, but was not the case. And it's a 1-1 count. Michael Rucker this season has pitched in 17 games. He has a 1-1 record. In 16 innings, he has 19 strikeouts. The 1-1 pitch is outside and low on a slider at 87 miles per hour. Opponents are hitting .267 against him. So they haven't really been having too much success, but he has allowed 2 home runs. Phillies have the bases loaded in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and they lead 6-0. 1 out, and the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It was a 95-mile-per-hour fastball that was right down the middle of the plate, and Sosa swung right through it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases juiced in the bottom of the 3rd for the Phils. 1 out. The pitch. It's hooked over to the right field side on the run, and trying to make the catch is Seiya Suzuki, and he won't be able to get over there. And he's hobbling just a little bit. He tried to make a sliding catch in foul territory and wasn't able to get over there. So the count still remains at 2-2. Suzuki last night, he had a couple of airs out in right field, but made up for it with his hitting. He had 2 home runs a couple of nights ago against the Astros. 2-2 pitch. High chopper over to third baseman's head, but it's foul. And Schwarber, who was coming home, has to go back over to third base, and I think he almost collided with Edmundo Sosa because he was hustling on that play. Let's see. Yep. Actually, it was the catcher. It was Yan Gomes. And Yan Gomes was like, "What are you doing? You got to go back over to third." And he said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Don't want to run you over." Rucker winds up The 2-2. Outside and low. Oh, man, that almost got by Gomes. And if it would have gotten by him and hit the backstop, Schwarber could have came home. Sosa, with his career and the bases loaded, he's hitting .286. He's 0 for 1 this season, though, when the bases are loaded. But it's a full count. And the payoff pitch. Ground ball over to shortstop. The throw over to first is a little bit high, and it's not in time. They're going to rule it as an infield single. Kyle Schwarber comes in to score. And Dansby Swanson, the Gold Glover, over at shortstop, had a little bit of a high throw, but actually Sosa would have been safe, I believe, regardless. And David Ross is thinking about challenging this play. I don't know why Swanson didn't think about throwing over to home plate. And Sosa, I think, just beat that one out. So they rule it as an infield single. And Mike Estabrook is going over and talking things over with Las Diaz and Andy Fletcher. And I believe that they are going to challenge this, the Cubs. Here comes Eric Backus, as all the umpires are gathering together and having a meeting. And they will review this. It'll either be a ground out RBI single that'll score Kyle Schwarber, or it's going to be an RBI infield single. Let's turn the closed captioning on really quickly. David Ross is going out there to have a conversation with Mike Estabrook, and I don't know if they. I guess I don't necessarily know if they can necessarily challenge this. I can't see. Oh, he didn't challenge it. Oh, he didn't challenge it in time. He did not challenge it in time. So we're never going to know if Sosa is safe or not. Let's see. I think he just got there, actually. Wow. So they didn't get the challenge off in time. So bases are still loaded. It's 7-0 Phillies. It's an RBI infield single by Edmundo Sosa. And now the sixth man to the plate is coming up, and that's Bryson Stott. 1 ball, no strikes. Bases still loaded. Over at first is Sosa. Second base is Cody Clemens. And at third now is Alec Bohm. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball foul down the first base line. And the count is even at 1-1. Phillies have exploded so far today with 7 runs. Kyle Schwarber hit a grand slam back in the bottom of the first inning to give the Phillies a 4-0 lead. And then Cody Clemens followed up after that with a 2-run bomb out to right center field into the visitors' bullpen. The 1-1 pitch. There's a high fly ball. Drilled deep to right field, and it's just foul. Oh, man. Stott just got out in front of it. Not by much, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He has to go back to the batter's box and squared it up perfectly and was just a little bit early. It went over towards the right side of the right field foul pole, and there's Mike Estabrook, a little bit animated, calling it foul. The 1-2 pitch by Rucker. Line drive out to center field. This should at least get a run home. The catch is made by Morel. The throw back over to second base is not in time, and it's going to be cut off, and Alec Bohm comes in to score. 8-0 Phillies on the sacrifice fly by Bryson Stott. So the throw was cut off over at second base. I thought maybe Morel was going to try to get the runner over at second base out. But Clemens wasn't that deep. So it's 8-0. Bohm comes in to score on the RBI sacrifice fly. Here's Nick Castellanos. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. It was on a slider that was outside and low. Stott almost had a grand slam. Wow. I know, dude. That would have been crazy. No balls, 1 strike. That would have been really wild. Pitch to Castellanos. Swing and a miss again. He's been chasing after the sliders, and Rucker's been throwing him a lot of off-speed pitches. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the bell icon as well. We're on our way up to 400 subscribers. Hopefully we can reach that milestone today, man. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Nick Castellanos, but the Phillies add 2 more runs on the RBI infield single by Edmundo Sosa and the sacrifice fly by Bryson Stott. And we go to the top of the 4th. The Phillies lead 8-0 against the Cubs. Oh, that was the 3rd? Oh my gosh. Oh, I skipped an inning. I really skipped an inning. We go to the top of the 4th. I can't believe I skipped an inning. Whatever. How many people we got on here now? 14 people. 14 awesome, lovely, lovely people. This is a pretty wild game. What's up, Star Wars? Thanks for coming on here. If you guys are new, don't forget to like. Do not forget to like. Take this time right now to press that like button over the next 30 seconds. All right, make sure you do that. Get on out of here. Come right back, though. Don't, leave, but just like it. Just like the video, man. We want to get more people to join the JJ family, so please make sure that you like. And don't forget to subscribe and spread the word. If you know somebody that loves the Phillies as much as I do, if you have a great time on here and you know somebody else that would have a lot of fun, please make sure that you let them know about this channel. We want to grow the family. All right. Phillies have an 8-0 lead as we go to the top of the 4th inning. They scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. And they also sent 7 men up to the plate. Nola out there once again for the 4th inning. And the first pitch to Ian Happ is taken for a called strike. Happ struck out in the first. The 0-1 pitch. Flied out to right field. Castellanos on the run. He'll make the catch. Doesn't have to do a whole lot of work. And there's 1 gone. The clicking of the pen. I forgot what I was going to say. Saya Suzuki is up at the plate. He struck out back in the 2nd inning. And the first pitch, way up high and inside for a ball. I like these little virtual cameras that they have. They utilize. 1-0 pitch, lined out to left field, caught by Kyle Schwarber, and there's 2 gone. Suzuki hit it sharply, but it was on the nose and lined all the way out to Kyle Schwarber, who caught it on a slope. All right, so what's that, L7? Yep. 45 pitches for Nola, only 3 in this inning to get 2 outs. Keep the pitch count down and go deep. Mancini will take the first pitch. It's a knuckle curve inside for a ball. Trey has 3 homers this season. Played for the Orioles for a very long time. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. How about the Rays now up 6-3 against the Brewers? It's in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Reds have also taken the lead against the Yankees, and they are up 2-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The signs by JT. And Nola kick steals, and the pitch is grounded over to shortstop, gobbled up by Sosa. The throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 3. And that is the third 1-2-3 inning thrown by Aaron Nola. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, Nola is in cruise control right now. Good. Well, I heard after the post-game show that I was listening to Michael Barkan and Ruben Amaro Jr. and John Kruk. And Kruk had enough of the negative play by the Phillies, and he's like, I've had enough of you guys, talking about, oh, this team just keeps losing and that type of stuff. And, well, I don't want to jinx it, but with the way that things are looking, it might be a different result and a different type of a tone today with the way that things are panning out. Once again, if you guys are if you're brand new to my channel, hi there. My name is Jason Joseph. I hope you're all having yourselves a lovely, lovely Saturday afternoon. What do we do on here, JJ? Well, we cover Phillies baseball. We also just got done with the Sixers, and we do live play-by-play. But we interact with people on here, so come on and join the chat down below if you want to have a conversation. Be active in the chat. I'll get to what you guys have to say, for sure. I want to make this interactive as much as possible, while also doing play-by-play. But this is a community for you guys, Harper will lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch, it's taken down low and outside for a ball. So Bryce has 2 homers, 5 RBI on the season. He's walked, singled, and scored a run. 1-0 pitch. Just right at the knees for a called strike. Bryce had a whole lot of hype before he came into the league. 1-1 pitch, taken down low for ball 2. Harper is 30 years old now. Made his debut with the Washington Nationals when he was 19 years old. 2-1 pitch, taken down low for ball 3. And he became the youngest position player to play in an All-Star game. So he was selected to the All-Star game his rookie season. 3 balls, 1 strike. Rucker winds up in the pitch outside, and Bryce Harper gets on with another walk. That is walk number 2 today by Bryce. JT is 0 for 2 today. He's popped out twice. And he'll take the first pitch on the inside corner at the knees for a called strike. Harper's over at first base. He got on with a walk. Pitch. Down low and outside for a ball. Michael Rucker is 29 years old. He had a birthday on April 27th. Almost a month ago. Time certainly flies. 1-1 is popped up once again over towards the third base side, but calling off the third baseman, Patrick Wisdom, is Dansby Swanson, and there is another out. Well, the first out of the inning, I should say. Oof. Phillies lead 8-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch to Kyle Schwarber is taken at the knees. It was a changeup at 93 miles per hour thrown by Rucker. The 1 pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Good pitch. It was a 95 mile per hour fastball. Rucker's ERA this year is at 3.38. He has 19 strikeouts and a 1.25 whip. Pitch. Outside and high. He spent 3 seasons with the Chicago Cubs. Called up when he was 26 years old. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Schwarber. Laid off in the dirt, and Gomes tries to keep it in front of him as it bounces over towards his left side, and Harper wasn't going to go to second base regardless. Was not. 2-2. Still 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch. It's a laser down the right field line, but it is foul. A 92 mile per hour cutter. Maybe June's going to come sooner than later for Kyle Schwarber. Pitch. Fouled once again. That time it hits the foul ball netting over towards the third base side. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch is down low for ball 3. So it's a full count to Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber has 27 hits and 157 at-bats. Time is called. Young Gomes is going to go have a conversation with Rucker on the bump. Schwarber has played in 44 games. He did go 0 for 3 last night with 2 strikeouts, but he has walked in his last, at least once, in his last 4 games consecutively. And he might be able to get on here with another one. 3-2. Outside and high for ball 4, and Schwarber does walk once again. That's the second time today that he has gotten on with a walk. You pretty much know what you're going to get from Schwarber. It's either pretty much a strikeout, a walk, or a home run. And Al Bohm will come up once again. Singled in his last at-bat, back in the 3rd, and the first pitch is down low and outside for a ball. Rucker has 32 pitches so far. Harper over at second now. Schwarber at first. The 1-0 is outside, just by a hair. Al Bohm wearing his blue batting gloves. It was pouring a little bit earlier, but skies have cleared up. The pitch. Down low for ball 3. And the ball's just getting a little slippery when it comes to catching them today. 3 balls, no strikes to Alec Bohm. And the windup in the pitch. Taken right down the middle for a called strike. Phillies only had 3 runners in scoring position last night. 3-1. Fouled back once again. And tonight, it's been quite a different story from what the Phillies have been giving us throughout these previous 5 outings. Three balls, 2 strikes to Bohm. The pitch, swing and a miss. 95 miles per hour, and it was right down the middle, and Bohm swung right through it, and he strikes out, and there's 2 gone. Phillies have only left 3 runners on base, and they are 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Marsh is 0 for 2 today, and they'll take the first pitch outside and high for a ball. A curveball at 81 miles per hour. We got 12 people on here. Schwarber's over at first. Harper's over at second. The 1-0. Ground ball over to first base, backhanded by the first baseman, and the win to the race is in plenty of time by Matt Mervis for out number 3. No runs, 2 men left, and we go to the top of the 5th inning. Phillies are up 8-0 against the Cubs. All right, I'm going to take a very quick step off, guys, but I will be right back. I promise you. Top of the 5th inning we go. I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Please do not forget to like. Please do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell icon as well. On this beautiful Sunday or Saturday afternoon. It feels like a Sunday, but weather has gotten a lot better out. Nola with the first pitch. It's a cutter at 85 miles per hour taken for a called strike by Patrick Wisdom. So it's Wisdom, Mervis, and Gomes that are due up in this inning for the Cubs. Phillies lead 8-0 in the top of the 5th. The 0-1 swing and a miss. Phillies lost 10-1 last night against the Cubs, and the Cubs actually broke what was a 5-game losing streak last night. And they have won their last 7 games in a row against the Phillies. That is the longest streak since 1995 to 96. No balls, 2 strikes. The windup in the pitch is outside for a ball. Aaron Nola from LSU. Was drafted by the Phillies. 1-2 pitch. Up high for ball 2. Nola had he's had a pretty good career so far. He was really dominant last season. 2-2 pitch. Just a little bit up high and outside for a ball. So that makes it a 3-2 count. Nola was an all-star back in 2018. Payoff pitch. On the outside corner, called strike 3. 7 strikeouts for Aaron Nola, and there's 1 gone in the top of the 5th inning. My screen froze for a second, but it was a cutter at 94 miles per hour. And Nola was able to get himself another strikeout. Matt Mervis comes up, and the first pitch is taken right at the knees on the outside corner for a called strike. Well, when you're wheeling and dealing, you're getting the calls as well. So everything seems to be in quite a groove for Aaron Nola here. The 0-1 fouled back towards the screen. Nola had the most consecutive strikeouts in a game, which was 10. And that ended up tying Tom Seaver and Corbin Burns. "56 pitches by Nola so far. 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. The windup and the pitch. Fly ball out to deep center field. Marsh, though, tracks it down and will make the catch right towards the warning track for out number 2. Phillies have been ringing the bell today as they've hit 2 home runs. It is a sold-out crowd at the bank. It was really babbling in the bottom of the 1st. Phillies were able to make a lot of noise. First pitch to Yan Gomes is fouled off. I didn't know this, but Aaron Nola's father was actually his Little League coach until he was in high school. The 0-1 pitch outside for a ball. It's got to be pretty cool. Nobody on, 2 outs. And the 1-1 pitch to Gomes is outside and low for ball 2. I guess he was also Austin Nola's coach too? I don't necessarily know that, but he's 29 years old now. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. That was a 4-seam fastball and only 92 miles per hour, but it was up high and inside. And Gomes wanted to fish after that one. Nobody on. 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Yan Gomes. The kick and the pitch by Nola. Taken for called strike 3. That time it was right down the pipe. And another strikeout by Aaron Nola. 8 strikeouts on the day. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Phillies are up 8-0. Man, he is looking good out there today. Really, really good. This is a much better game. Nice. Oh, I can't do that. Guys, don't forget to like. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Do all that jazz, man. Make sure that we get more people to come on here and join the JJ family. The goal is to reach 400 subscribers today, man. So, definitely spread the word. Reach out to people. Have them learn about who JJ is and what we do on this channel. Let's grow the family. Let's continue to help increase our members on here. That'd be really nice. What was I gonna say? I could go for a little nap after this game. I think I might do that. Ugh. Hopefully we are still alive. I think we are. Are we? Yep, we are. Cody's up at the plate. And he'll take the first pitch way outside. It was a curveball at 80 miles per hour. So Cody Clemens homered back in the first inning. He had a 2-run home run and also got on with a walk as well. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Rucker is out there for another inning of work. He came on in relief for Jameson Tailon. 41 pitches by Rucker. Tailon only went 2 1/3 of an inning. He allowed 6 earned runs and only had 1 strikeout. 6 away from 400, my guy. I know, it's sick, man. Want to get over that hump. You know what I'm saying? And why isn't my scoreboard updating? 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Ground ball. It's ricocheted off of Rucker. He has to go over to it, and he's not even going to have to make a play. It was lined off of his back, and he seems to be okay. The trainer is going to, David Ross is going to go out there, and the trainer will go out there too, just to double check and see if he's all right. But got up there just fine, but let's take a look at the replay. Actually hit him on the right butt cheek. Oof. Clemens did a good job, though, at hustling. That's for sure. I know 6 away from 400. That'd be nice. All right, so they are going to test his arm out to see how he does. The first pitch looked pretty good. So Clemens gets on with an infield single, and that is how we start off the bottom of the 5th inning. Sosa comes up. So the only only 2 people that don't have a hit today are JT and Brandon Marsh. Sosa will foul that pitch back towards the net. Edmundo is 1 for 2. We had an RBI as well. It was an RBI infield single. The 0-1. Taken at the knees. But just a little bit outside. Rucker kicks, deals, and the pitch. Down low and outside for ball 2. So the Phillies will wrap up their series against the Cubs. That'll be tomorrow afternoon at 1:35 p.m. Eastern Time. And we will be on here covering the game. 2-1 pitch. It's fouled back once again towards the net behind home plate. We need to start winning more series. Let's start today, man. Let's at least tie the series today. You know what I'm saying? Let's tie the series today. That's what we got to do. Take care of business. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. Grounded right through the hole into right field. Rounded second base, going over to third is Cody Clemens. And it just got past the diving stop of Nico Horner. And another single by Sosa. Rucker has 48 pitches so far. You wonder how much longer he's going to be in there. But Sosa took that one the opposite way, grounded it right past Nico Horner's diving stop towards his left side. And it got underneath his glove. And there's runners at the corners now. Bryson Stott is up at the plate again. He's 1 for 2. He hit a sacrifice fly, though, his last time up. Sosa over at first. Clemens over at third. First pitch, a changeup at 92 miles per hour on the outside corner, taken for a called strike. The 0-1. It's fouled back once again. Jeremiah Estrada is now warming up in the bullpen for the Chicago Cubs. So I guess that his day will probably be done pretty soon. Pitch. Swinging a little ground ball over to second base, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time. They weren't going to get the out over at second base, and Cody Clemens comes in to score on an RBI ground out by Bryson Stott, and that makes it a 9-0 game. So Sosa does go over to second base. It was a little weak ground ball pulled over towards the first base side, and it was fielded cleanly by Nico Horner. And he made the easy out over at first. 9-0 Phillies. Another runner in scoring position, though. And Castellanos takes the first pitch for a called strike right down the middle. Nick batting over 300 has 5 home runs and 26 RBI. The 0-1 to Castellanos laid off on a slider at 85 miles per hour. Pitch. Laid off again. Castellanos almost thought about going around, but decided not to. That'll make it a 2-1 count. The 2-1 pitch. It's lined out to center field. Morel has to go back, and they'll make the catch. And going over to second base. Back over to the bag is Edmundo Sosa. It was a weird turn that it took, but Morel was able to get underneath it. So it was hit pretty sharply, and there's 2 retired. Gotta turn that off. All right, here's Bryce Harper now. Can the Phillies get their 10th run? First pitch is inside for a ball. Harper hitting .321. He has 2 homers and 5 RBI on the season. The 1-0 pitch. Up high for ball 2. On a changeup at 90 miles per hour. There it is. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch taken right down the middle at the knees for a called strike. So Bryce, Rob Thompson said earlier today that hopefully by June 1st he will start doing some activities, at least over at first base. 2-1 is fouled back. So the goal is to eventually get him over to first base and, have Schwarber and Castellanos platoon sometimes at the DH spot, and Harper too. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. It was a high fastball. But I think you really have to take a slow approach to this, because last thing that you want to do is to have him re-injure himself and miss some time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch taken in the dirt on a slider at 85 miles per hour. I mean, you really just don't want to rush back any type of an injury. But it's the earliest to recover from Tommy John surgery. He was initially ruled out until July, towards the off season. Came back in May. Full count to Bryce Harper. Phillies lead 9-0. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Sosa leads off at second. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. Rucker gets set, winds up, and delivers. And the pitch is grounded right through the middle for a base hit. Sosa rounding third. He'll come in to score. Suzuki throws it over to the cutoff man. Harper tries to go into second, and he's safe. Bryce Harper being very aggressive on the base pads. Nico Horner tried to tag him out. I thought that Bryce was just going to stay put over at first. But he just got by. And they roll it as an RBI double. And the Phillies lead 10-0. Aggressive base running by Bryce Harper. And now David Ross has seen enough. And Rucker is going to be done. Man, I love it when Bryce Harper is hustling. He goes the extra mile. And the throw was on the line, but Horner could not make the tag in time. And that'll be it for Rucker. So Harper gets on with an RBI double. He extends a single to a double. And we have a pitch and change. Wow. 10-0. Larry, maybe the driving works. It might work. I think we found something. All right, we're going to take a very quick step off. I'll be right back, though. Don't you worry. Estrada comes in to come on in relief for David Rucker. Jeremiah Estrada, who's pitched in 4 games this season, hasn't allowed a run in 5 1/3 of an inning. He has 9 strikeouts and only 4 walks allowed. JT Realmuto will be his first victim as he steps into the batter's box and hits that one out to dead center field. That's going back to the warning track, and making the catch is Christopher Morel as he turned over his left shoulder. 1 pitch, and that'll do it as we go to the top of the 6th inning. But the Phillies get some more runs, and they lead 10-0 as we go to the top of the 6th. Alrighty, guys. Okay. Well, this is nice. This is good to see, you know? Please make sure you like, please make sure you subscribe to the channel as well and hit the bell icon so that way you know when I upload or whenever I go live. I love you all so much, and I appreciate you guys for being on here. And yeah, you know, it's been quite a Saturday, for sure. It's been quite a Saturday. 13 loyal people on here. Do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Man, I give you this content for free. The best thing that we can do is just grow the family from here. And the only way that we can do that is if we like and subscribe and continue to show support. So. Rangers are up 9-1 against the Rockies. Wow. Giants trail 1-0 as they go to the bottom of the 8th. Oh, my dad's not going to like that. Orioles and Blue Jays are tied 5-5. Nola goes out there for his 6th inning of work. He's only allowed 2 hits, and he has 7 strikeouts. 2, 4, 5, 6. Up, he has 8 strikeouts. I missed one. Phillies scored 6 in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 in the 5th. And pitch number 1 is taken for a called strike. Christopher Morel is up for the Cubs. Cubs won 10-1 yesterday. They're up 10-0, and Morel will slice that one down the left field line. It's a fair ball. Schwarber gets over there, and he's just going to eat it up and throw it to the cutoff man. And there's a leadoff double by Christopher Morel. You know, it's weird because they send him down to the minors. This was according to what I heard last night from Michael Barkan and the Phillies postgame crew at NBC Sports Philadelphia. They sent him down because they didn't have a spot for him to hit. And yet, like, no disrespect to like Nick Madrigal or anybody else, but with that type of power and with his contact that he's been putting up, how could you like send that? How can you not find a way to get that into your lineup? Nico Horner with the 0-1, swing and a miss. 66 pitches for Nola in 6 innings. Well, we just started off the 6th. So we're not through 6 just yet. Realmuto gives the signs to Nola. Nola looks back at second, winds up, and the pitch. Outside for a ball. One ball, 2 strikes, 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Nola in the stretch. Kicks, deals, and it looked like it was strike 3, but no call. It was right at the knees on a slider. 2-2. Ground ball that's fouled towards the third base dugout, and it hits one of the camera. It's one of the cameras over there. I've always wondered if those things have insurance or if those things are insured. I'm sure that they are, but and if a baseball hits a lens cap, look out. 2-2 pitch. It jams Horner. On the run is Bohm, and he'll make the catch on the little flare over towards the infield grass, right behind the mound, and Bohm catches it for out number 2. Oh, that's so nice. Phillies will be taking on the Braves on June 20th all the way to the 22nd. First game of that series will be at 6:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Dansby Swanson, speaking of the Braves, former Brave, comes up to the plate and takes that pitch for a called strike. Swanson was the first pick in the he was the first round pick of the 2016 draft by the Braves. The 0-1 is taken for a strike. The first overall pick, as we all know about, is Mickey Moniak, who got traded to the Angels for Brandon Marsh, along with Logan O'Hoppe, who got traded too. 1-1. It's taken outside and low for ball 2. Nola with 73 pitches. Morel leads off over at second base. Swanson up, 2-1. Outside and low on a knuckle curve at 78 miles per hour. You know, I could really go for I could really go for some Chinese food tonight. I know that that's so random. 3-1. Popped up all the way to left field. And it goes back to the warning track. Man, it goes to the wall and it's gone. I didn't think that that one had a chance, but it did. And it goes out over the wall. And it's now 10-2. So Dansby Swanson just hit a 2-run home run for the Cubs. And the Cubs cut the deficit to 8. Christopher Morel comes in to score. Swanson with his stride was able to just get that one on out of here. It went to about the third row back or so in left field. And it's now 10-2. Still one out in the top of the 6th. Pitch. Inside and low for a ball. 14 pitches in the 6th inning so far for Nola, with 76 pitches. There goes the shutout. 1-0 pitch at the knees for a called strike. Yeah, Chinese food. I could definitely go for some good Chinese food. I'm a big chicken lo mein type of a guy. The 1-1 pitch is lined down the right field line, but it's fouled. But I also love scallion pancakes. Anybody else a scallion pancakes type of a fan? Because I love scallion pancakes. Especially with the little soy sauce. Oof, it's so good. A drop soup. Oof. 1-2 pitch. It's up high again for ball 2. We had this really nice Chinese restaurant that was actually right by, not too far from my house. It was called Chen's. I used to like it there. I like this other one called Shangri-La. Like, that's a cool one. 2-2 is fouled over towards the first base side. But the thing about Shangri-La is that their scallion pancakes aren't the best, like compared to other Chinese places that I've been to. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the top of the 6th, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. And there's 2 outs now in the top of the 6th inning. Nola has now 9 strikeouts. Here's Saya Suzuki, who's 0 for 2. He's struck out and lined out as well. First pitch to Suzuki is taken at the knees for a called strike. There was something else I was going to say. Now I forget what it was. 1 balls, 1 strike. The kick and the pitch. Up high for a ball. You know, at the stadium, they have like these little questions that the promos people will ask the players. As the 1-1 pitch is taken on the outside corner for a called strike. I wonder what everybody's favorite food would be. I don't know why, but I feel like Aaron Nola is a seafood type of a guy. I just like have this gut feeling. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball foul down the third base line. I don't know, I just feel like that I don't know, something just tells me that he might be a really big seafood type of a guy. Schwarber probably loves those Schwarbomb hoagies. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Right down the middle. 10 strikeouts by Aaron Nola in 6 innings of work. And we go to the the bottom of the 6th inning. Oh, man. Phillies up 10-2. Oh, man, I just ruined a nice call. Come on, JJ. Really? Did we really have to do that? Whatever. All right, we're going to take a very quick step off. I will be right back in just a few moments. As the Penguins of Madagascar would say, just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. And that is what people are doing here at Citizens Bank Park as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Phillies are up 10-2. And Kyle Schwarber will lead things off. Schwarber hit a grand slam back in the bottom of the 1st inning. Excuse me. We also have a defensive switch. Get you more info on that in just a few moments. First pitch to Schwarber is taken for a called strike. So Kyle is 1 for 1. He is walked, though, twice in the pitch. And it ends up hitting Jan Gomes on the chest pad. And I think he seems to be all right. So it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Alrighty. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. And Schwarber is retired. Oh, wow. So they must have got that wrong. I thought that it was a ball, but guess that the scorekeeper also lost track too. Miles Mastrobuoni is over at shortstop. Patrick Wisdom goes into left field. And Michael Tauchman is now the center fielder as Christopher Morel, his day is done. One strike to Alec Bohm. The pitch, swing and a miss. 2 strikes. Alec reached on an error earlier in the game. It was on an E5. He singled and he also scored 2 runs as well. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. The pitch fouled back towards the screen. So that makes it an 0-2 count. 10 seconds left on the pitch clock. Estrada gets set, kicks, deals. Pitch is on the outside corner for a called 3rd strike. 97 miles per hour on the radar gun, and it just froze Alec Boehm. He got rung up on that pitch. Two outs in the bottom of the sixth. As a hitter, that's like the one thing that has to suck as a feeling, getting called out on strike three. Marsh due up. He still hasn't gotten a hit today. He's 0 for 3. Pitch outside for ball 2. So Estrada, who's on the mound now for the Chicago Cubs, is 24 years old. He stands at 6'1", 185 pounds. 2-0. Swing and a miss on a pitch that was right down the pipe. 97 miles per hour on the four-seam fastball. Estrada has 9 strikeouts this season over his last 7 days. He pitched in 1 1/3 of an inning and only allowed 1 hit. 2-1 on the upper third part of the strike zone for a called strike. That was against the Astros. Also struck out the side, too. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 outs. And the windup and the pitch. Up high for ball 3. So if Marsh gets on, then Cody Clemens will be due up next for the Fightins. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch. Up high. And Brandon Marsh will walk. He'll go over to first base, and good take by Brandon Marsh. Two outs and a runner over at first base now for the Phillies. Cody Clemens was able to ring the bell back in the first. He is 2 for 2, walked, singled, and homered. The first pitch is right down the middle for a called strike. Phillies have been very, very patient today. Getting some support for the fans. It's been quite the opposite of a game. The 0-1. Up high and outside for ball 1. Estrada gets set, kicks, deals, and the pitch is swung on and missed for a called strike. Cody was born in Houston, Texas. Made his debut on May 31st of 2022 for the Tigers. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The windup and the pitch is way up high for ball 2. It's weird because as a sophomore, back in 2017, he actually underwent Tommy John surgery. Played for the Texas Longhorns in college. 2-2 pitch is fouled back, and count still remains at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Wind up in the pitch. Once again, it's fouled back. So Cody obviously is the son of Roger Clemens, but has 3 other brothers. That's Kobe, Corey, and Casey, all with a K. It's cool. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Time was called at the very last second. Oh, yeah. Time was called at the very last second, so Clemens just got granted his time and took a quick step out. Phillies lead 10-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. A runner over at first, 2 outs, 2 balls, 2 strikes in the bottom of the 6th inning. Estrada on the bump. Clemens at the plate. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And that'll do it as Clemens strikes out on a fastball right down the middle. And we go to the top of the 7th inning. The Phillies still lead, though, 10-2. The Cubs coming back up to bat. Oh, boy. If you guys are new to my channel, please don't forget to like. Please don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell icon as well so that way you know when I upload. I love you all so much for coming on here. Yeah, I know it's been a little bit quiet today in the chat. I'm sure that people have been, like, really, really busy and stuff. But if you guys want to come on, like, by all means, like, you know, type in the chat. I'll get to comments and all that sort of stuff. That actually makes it easier for me because I don't have to think as much about other stuff. But this is also good for me because whenever I am doing games by myself, I do have to think about certain things. So I got to get practice with that too. Made it home. Was like listening to WIP back in the old AM radio days. It's cool, isn't it? It's like really freaking cool. I love it. Like, I really don't mind it at all. Sometimes, like, it's not even just about the announcers. It's just that sometimes I like vivid imagery. Because sometimes, like, when you see something for yourself, when you just listen to it and you focus on your hearing sense and you don't see it, sometimes it makes it that much more exciting. You know? Very nostalgic. 10-2 Phillies as we go to the top of the 7th inning. 4 hits for the Cubs. The Phillies scored 6 runs in the 1st inning. I'm stumbling on my words today. 2 in the 3rd, and 2 again in the 5th inning. But yeah, I like that. It's pretty cool. Aaron Nola has been in cruise control tonight. The only thing that was a little mistake was the 2-run homer to Dansby Swanson. Other than that, he's been really, really good. Here's Trey. Down low for a ball. Baseball is tailor-made for radio. Hey, just got back from baseball. Everybody's coming on now. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. 1 ball, no strikes. The windup and the pitch by Nola. It's taken right down the middle for a called strike again. 88 pitches by Aaron Nola. As we are in the top of the 7th inning. If you guys haven't done so already, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. The pitch. Outside and low. So the Phillies are 20-24 coming into today. And so are the Cubs. They had the same record, the Phillies, that they did last season. 2-1 pitch. Knuckle curve that was swung on and missed by Trey. That's been like one of the main things that I've been hearing from around so many people within the sports media business. When it comes to Phillies talk, is that they were in the same spot that they were last year by having the same record as they do right now. 2-2 pitch. Just outside. But it's different because last year was 2022. So it's not like, you know, they have a Rob Thompson like on their bench or even that Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler, besides today from Nola. Like, they haven't really been their sharpest. 3-2 pitch. Inside for ball 4. A knuckle curve and, well, 64 strikes have been thrown by Nola on a total of 92 pitches. So, now Caleb Cotham is making the call to the bullpen as somebody will get loosened up. And this is pretty deep. This is actually like a really good start. Phillies haven't had a lot of those as of lately. First pitch to Patrick Wisdom. Outside and high for a ball. Pat today is 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. The 1-0. Just a little bit outside. And low as well for ball 2. The Rangers, they're up 11-1 against the Rockies. The Giants are now going to the bottom of the 9th inning as they trail 1-0 against the Marlins. The Phillies have to try to catch up to the Marlins in the division. 2-0. Sticking on the outside corner for a called strike. Danny, what's going on, man? How about them Phillies? Thanks for coming on here, my guy. I appreciate it. It's good to see you. It's nice. How about them Phils, man? 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Fouled back once again. We needed Nola to be the stopper today. We did. I am going to say that if Wisdom gets on, I might think about like one more batter and then just cutting it after that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nola gets set, fires, and the pitch. Swinging a high hopper over to second base. The throw over to shortstop. There's 1. Sosa throws over to first. Not in time. So it was a 4-6 fielder's choice. Sosa tried to do everything he possibly could to get the throw off in time. But that is a 4-6 fielder's choice ground out. And Wisdom was safe over at first. Okay. And there's now 1 gone. Looking like a delay. Uh-oh. Did my stream stop? Ground ball over to first base. And the throw over to second. Well, as the tag was being made at the bag, Clemens was able to do it, and now Wisdom's caught in the rundown, and it will be tagged right out. And there is that's going to go down as a 3-6-3 double play to end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 10-2. I just saw the poll. Oh, I asked if this game was going to go into a delay because it was raining before. So, are we going to experience a rain delay? That's the poll. That was all right, so what was that? A 3-6-3 double play. 3-4-3 double play. That was hit by Mervis. All right, it's stretch time. I will be right back in just a few moments. I do have to stretch. All right, but do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell icon, man. You know, we want to get more people to join the family for sure. So, I'll be right back. All right? Be right back. It is stretch time. Oh, man, that did not sound so good. Let's take a sip of water. Stretch time at the bank. I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. I hope you're all having yourselves an awesome afternoon. Staying dry. Hopefully it's not raining right where you are. It's not raining yet on the field. Just knocked on wood. Excuse me. So, weather's been holding out pretty good for this game. John Kruk actually said that he didn't even mind if there would be a rain delay today. Larry Poe was like, what are you on? He's like, I like rain delays. You know, we used to, like play some games like in the dugout, during rain delays in the locker room. He's like, I like rain delays. And Larry's like, you're not playing anymore, though. And he's like, well, I could use a little bit of rest. John Kruk, he's such a funny guy. He really is. Quite a character and really a good human being for sure. With the health problems that he's dealt with, it's good to see that he is doing well. Michael Fulmer on the bump for the Cubs. He's 0-3 on the season. He's pitched in 20 games. He has a 7.5 ERA in 18 innings of work. 1-0 pitch to Edmundo Sosa is fouled down the right field line. Google Rick Dempsey rain delay. Rick or Ryan Dempsey? Oh, that's Ryan Dempster. Sorry. Okay, Rick Dempsey rain delay. I'll have to do that. 1-1 pitch to Sosa. Lined over the glove of the shortstop, and it's going to go all the way out towards the W.B. Mason sign. Sosa rounding first base. He'll go into second base with ease, and he's in there with a stand-up double. And he is 3 hits on the day. Just got over the glove of Dansby Swanson. Good piece of hitting. And Sosa, he's no slouch when it comes to running the bases. I'm laughing because Brandon Marsh gave him a little, a little love gesture. And Sosa gave him the same gesture back. It's funny. Bryson Stott up at the plate now. A runner over at second base, and Stott shoots that one out to center field. It drops in for a base hit. Sosa rounding third base. The throw is cut off, and Sosa will stop at third base. So Stott does get on with a single in the bottom of the 7th inning. Good job by Bryson Stott. He has singled twice today. And back-to-back singles by the Phillies in the bottom of the 7th inning. So, Rick Dempsey. Rain delay. Oh my God, I'll have to check that out. First pitch to Josh Harrison as he comes up to the plate. So Harrison is pinch hitting for Nick Castellanos. He's 0-7 this season as a pinch hitter. He has struck out 4 times. I could have sworn that maybe he got an on base 1 time. The 0-1 taken down low. It was a sinker at 94 miles per hour. Phillies lost 10-1 last night against the Cubs as Marcus Stroman was sensational for the Cubs. 1-1 pitch is down low and outside for ball 2. Ranger pitched and did not have a good start whatsoever, but it's been the complete opposite for the Phillies today. They lost 10-1 last night. They're up 10-2 today. 2-1 pitch just below the knees for a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. 9 pitches by Fulmer. The pitch. Line drive out into right field, but caught by Morel, and the throw over to home plate is not in time, and Edmundo Sosa came in to score. I didn't think he was going to be able to do it. But Morel, he tested the arm, and Edmundo Sosa was a little bit daring, and he got in there safely. Aggressive on the base pads, and Josh Harrison giving Edmundo Sosa a little noogie on the helmet. So Christopher Morel was just moved out to right field, and Edmundo Sosa, I mean, the ball wasn't really hit too deep or anything like that. But Sosa went up. He actually was off the bag a little bit, had to go back over to third base and tag up, and he still went. And it's an 11-2 lead for the Phillies. Bryce Harper due up at the plate now. So Harrison with a pinch hit sacrifice fly. And Harper now comes up. There's still a runner over at first base, and that's Bryson Stott. No balls, 1 strike. 8 seconds left on the pitch clock. The pitch. Ground ball over to first base. The throw over to second. There's one to throw back to first is in time, and that's going to go down as a 3-4-1 double play as Fulmer got back over to the base just in time to get Harper out. And we go to the top of the 8th inning. The Phillies lead 11-2, and they get 1 back on the sacrifice fly by Josh Harrison. Yeah, I love the hustle too, man. Bryce Harper today with the hustling himself, man. That's, you know what that tells me? Like, that tells me that he is the leader. Like, he's really trying to, boost the dugout. And Edmundo Sosa just did that too. I like Sosa. I really do. When he is, fighting out there, he's fun to watch. He really is. If you guys are new to my channel, do not forget to like, do not forget to subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon as well, so that way you know when I upload or whenever I go live. Goal is to get to 400 subscribers by the end of today. If not today, then tomorrow. But we want to get more and more people to join the family. If you guys have family members or other people that you know that would really enjoy this content, make sure that you tell them about the channel. So. Sosa's a Philly kind of player, scrappy. That's what I'm talking about, dude. That's exactly what I'm talking about. He's he's made for the city. He is. And I like that about him. I do. And the funny part is that you can put him almost anywhere in the field. And yet, he's had some, bad defensive plays, but he's made some really terrific plays, too. So, I like him. All right, Josh Harrison comes into the game to play out in left field. And we have another change as well, as Connor Brogdon is on the bump now for the Phils, and the first pitch is popped up towards shallow right field. And there's one gone. So Dalton Guthrie is out in right field, and he made the catch. Brogdon, in 20 games this season, has a 2-0 record, a 2.42 ERA. And he's pitched in 22 1/3 of an inning. He's only allowed 9 walks and has 19 strikeouts. 1 retired. Christopher Morel swings and misses at the first pitch. Morel will lift that one high and deep out to right field. That's going back to the warning track to the wall. It's gone again. That's the second day in a row Christopher Morel has gone yard. Man, this dude has a lot of power. He is so good. 11-3 as the Cubs get one back again on the opposite field home run. Jacqueline. What's up, Jacqueline? Thanks for coming on here. Hello. I miss Gene too. I miss Gene's jeans. Like the Gene's people, they deserve their own spot in the Phillies Wall of Fame. Howard's homers too. I'm sorry, man. Like, welcome that back. Like, I miss that. Miles Mastroboni is up at the plate now. Swings and misses at the first pitch and swings and misses at the second pitch, too. 1 out. Christopher Morel just homered. A solo home run out to right center field. Phillies lead it 11-3 in the top of the 8th inning. Nobody on. 1 out. Pitch was down low for a ball. 1-2. Down low again for ball 2. Randy Wolf's Wolfpack. Yep. That's right. Yep. Yeah. I don't know, like, what we would have, like, right now. It wouldn't be... It would probably be, like... I don't know. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Down low for ball 3. A changeup at 83 miles per hour. Spots. Spots? No, I don't know if I like that. 3-2 pitch. Sliced foul. Spot. I don't know. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A 94 mile per hour fastball that was up high. And there's 2 gone in the top of the 8th. Nothing too overpowering with the fastball. But a good play and a good pitch by Connor Brogdon. Phillies lead 11-3. I love that. Oh, that is good. That is so good, Larry. Oh my gosh, March Madness. I love that. That's a good one. First pitch to Michael Tauchman. Swing and a miss. So Tauchman pinch hits for Dansby Swanson. Tauchman was just called up for Cody Bellinger, who went down on the injured list. The 0-1 swing was taken all the way for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch to Tauchman. Line drive looped over the head of the shortstop out into left field. There's a 2-out opposite field single by Michael Tauchman, and he's able to get on. Mike Napoli is able to congratulate him. Tauchman did a good job of just going the opposite way. So as I was mentioning, Tauchman got on a little bit, Tauchman got called up for Cody Bellinger, who went on the injured list. He slammed into the wall after robbing Kyle Tucker on a grand slam in the first game of the Chicago Cubs series, or of the Houston Astros series for the Cubs. The 0-1, ground ball, gobbled up by Edmundo Sosa, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 3. No runs, 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Phillies lead 11-3. All right, last break. And then I will be back. What is up? What's up, Jacqueline? Thanks for coming on here. I'm doing pretty good. How are you? I'm a little bit tired. Can't lie about that, but I'm good. I'm happy to be on here. Always a pleasure. How's your weekend, though, so far? What's new with you? Ugh. Garrett Stubbs will be coming in to pinch hit for the Phillies. So JT's day is done, and rightfully so. Trey Turner had the day off for the Phillies. As the Phillies, they would end up scoring 11 runs today so far. Nick Birdie on the bump for the Cubs. He's a 9 ERA, 2 innings pitched, 2 walks allowed, 2 strikeouts. No home runs, though, given up. Bottom of the 8th inning, Phillies lead 11-3. They scored 6 runs in the first on a grand slam by Kyle Schwarber and a 2-run homer by Cody Clemens. Then they added 2 more on in the bottom of the 3rd, and 2 more in the bottom of the 5th, and then 1 more in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch. No balls, 1 strike as it was swung on and missed. Stubbs is 3 for 10 lifetime as a pinch hitter. All 3 of his hits have been doubles. The 0-1. Taken outside and high for a ball. I was thinking to myself about the grand slam that he had last year, or the home run he had last year against Alcantara, but then I realized that that wasn't a pinch hit situation. 1-1 pitch. Another swing and a miss on a 98-mile-per-hour fastball. Do not forget to like. Do not forget to subscribe, my guys. I really appreciate you all for being on here. As always, we want to get more people to join the family. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. High fly ball. Out to right field. This one has a chance. It's going back to the warning track to the wall. And it hits off the top of the wall. Morel has to run a long ways to get over there. Stubbs is going over to second base. He's actually going to go over to third now, and he's in there with a stand-up triple. The throw was made all the way to home plate to Yan Gomes. It was way off the line, the throw by Christopher Morel, and Stubbs just missed a home run. And I got to tell you that pitch was so high. It was so high that I don't know how he was able to make any sort of contact with it. Oh, man. Here is Dalton Guthrie now, who comes in to pinch hit for Kyle Schwarber. The first pitch is up high for a ball. That's that, man. One ball, no strikes. The windup and the pitch. Outside and low for ball 2. I thought Sosa's walk-off home run last year was a pinch hit, too. No, Stubbs. Stubbs, not Sosa. Did I say Sosa? I apologize about that. Stubbs. Garrett Stubbs. 2 balls, no strikes. The windup by Birdie. Another swing and a miss. That time was 98 miles per hour. There's Trey Turner talking to Bryson Stott in the dugout right there. Having some smiles and some laughs. Phillies haven't really had a whole lot of those as of lately. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch is fouled back again. Yeah. See, like that's what I thought. That's what I thought too. They could have gotten that wrong on the score bug up here. HD, what's up? What's up, my guy? Thanks for coming on here, dude. Shout out to HD, man. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The Phillies are up 11-3. They scored 6 in the first on a grand slam by Kyle Schwarber. They got 2 more on a Cody Clemens home run. 3-2 pitch is fouled back. They scored 2 more in the bottom of the 3rd inning. On an RBI single by Edmundo Sosa and a sac fly by Bryson Stott. They then got 2 more in the 5th inning on the RBI double by Bryce Harper. And another sacrifice fly as well. Actually, it was an RBI ground out by Bryson Stott. Of course, dude. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the Phillies also got 1 more in the bottom of the 7th inning on a sacrifice fly by Josh Harrison. And Sosa was very daring. The ball was not hit too deep out in right field, and he came in to score. Payoff pitch by Birdie. Up high for ball 4. It's going to get away from the catcher, though. And diving in safely is Garrett Stubbs. It's 12-3 Philadelphia. Yan Gomes tried to make the throw to Birdie, and it was a little bit late, and it bounced off his glove. And that is a walk and a wild pitch. A walk to Dalton Guthrie and a wild pitch that would score Garrett Stubbs. It's 12-3 Phillies. Wow. Also, Birdie dropped the baseball, too. Alec Boehm up. Still nobody out. The first pitch in this at-bat is outside for a ball. Man, I can't believe Garrett Stubbs got on with a triple to start off the inning. More hustle. I know. The 1-0 pitch to Alec Boehm. He lifts that one high and deep to center field. This one is not going to carry too much, and making the catch over towards center field is Michael Tauchman for out number 1. So Boehm is retired. And Brandon Marsh will step up to the plate now for the Phils. So if Marsh can get a hit here, the only person that didn't get a hit today in the starting lineup was JT. Marsh did get on, though, with a walk his last time up. First pitch is up high for a ball. The Phillies are also going to end their 7-game losing streak versus the Cubs. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. 98 miles per hour on the gun. Phillies coming into today, they're 20-24. And so are the Cubs. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch to Marsh. It's fouled off again. One ball, 2 strikes. Birdie gets set, winds up the pitch. And Marsh shoots that one down the first base line, but it's fouled. So the Phillies, if they go on to win today, that'd be their first time in a while since they scored 10 runs against the Cubs, 10 or more runs. The 1-2 pitch to Marsh, swing and a miss, 100 miles per hour on the gun on a high heater that was outside of the strike zone. And Marsh does strike out. Huh. I wanted to look up that stat. All right. Cody Clemens is up. The first pitch in this at-bat is taken for a called strike. Clemens homered the bottom of the first inning. He also walked, singled, and scored 2 runs. I got to make sure I cut that Kyle Schwarber grand slam highlight. That was nice. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch is fouled back. Outbohm back in the dugout, looking things over on the iPad. Just to see what he did wrong in that at-bat. Can you imagine if like Mickey Mantle or Joe DiMaggio like had the technology that we have today? The 0-2 pitch to Clemens up high and outside. I wonder how that would, during that era of baseball, how that would have changed the game. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and that'll do it. But the Phillies do get another run as they lead 12-3, and we go to the top of the 9th. Cubs down to their final 3 outs. Dang, I missed the call. Yeah, dude, I'll have to post it. Yes. 1 more half inning. I wanted to see Phillies Cubs. Oh my gosh, I'm so mad I didn't look this up before. Here we go, StatMuse. That's not StatMuse. I wanted to... Where is it? All right, there it is. So the last time that the Phillies were even able to put up at least 10 or more runs in a game versus the Cubs, that was back on September 16th. That was back on September 16th. That was actually the last time that they won. The Phillies scored in double digits too. That's funny. 17-8 was the final score of that game. Huh. I'm happy I found it. I wish I had it before, but whatever. Whatever, we got it. Top of the 9th, we go. Jameson Tailon started today for the Cubs, and the Phillies were able to party all over him. And the Phillies had Aaron Nola on the bump. And he pitched really well, besides the 2-run home run that was surrendered to Dansby Swanson in the top of the 6th inning. He went 7 strong innings, and he got the Phillies at least 10 strikeouts. 10 strikeouts and only 2 earned runs. Junior Marte coming in the pitch for the Phillies. They have a lot of breathing room here. It's been a big cushion for them. Marte has a 5 ERA. And there is Las Diaz over at first base. Jose Alvarado in the dugout for the Phillies. They're hoping that he can get back soon. First pitch. Swinging a foul ball to start off the 9th inning. Alvarado and Yaz Diaz sharing some laughs. The ball is 1 strike. Pitch is inside. Well, it looked like it was on the inside corner, but it was not. Edwin Rios is pinch hitting for the Cubs. He has 1 homer and 2 RBI. Hitting only 100 this season. The 1-1 grounded over to first base, and it's a foul ball. Clemens fielded it on a couple of hops, and will just make a whirlwind of a underhanded throw over towards the dugout. So in case you guys are just tuning in, I mentioned this before, but I'll say it again because I think it's a really cool story. So Larry Anderson, I just found out yesterday. and they talked about it. Larry Anderson and Scott Fransky have a beer. 1-2 pitch. Right at the knees for a called third strike. And there is out number 1 to start off the 9th inning. Maybe now's not really the time to do it. Well, now that I did it, I have to do it again. So they have a beer, and the donations, a portion of it goes to the Philadelphia Youth Sports Club Collaborative. And, yeah. 1 ball, no strikes to Trey Mancini, who's up at the plate. He's 0 for 2 today, and he walked his last time up. Phillies lead 12-3 in the top of the 9th. The 1-0 pitch to Trey. Ground ball that's fouled towards the third base side. And John Kruk was on last night, and John was like, I'd like to collect the beer can, like an empty beer can. And Larry said to him, John, do you just collect cans? And John replied back, oh, I'm a can kicker on an empty one. That's what he said, in quotes. And I thought that was kind of funny. I could see John Kruk kicking cans. I feel like that would be really funny. Apparently, Larry and John Kruk are doing like a ballpark tour as well. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball back up the middle. Gobbled up by Edmundo Sosa. And the throw over to first is in plenty of time for out number 2. I would love to do that. Like a ballpark tour with John Kruk and with Larry Anderson. That'd be really funny. John Kruk was also talking about last night how he actually got lost in the elevator. He landed on on the wrong floor at Citizens Bank Park too. Snowman, what's up? All right, 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Patrick Wisdom up at the plate. That's the final out for the Cubs. And it's no balls, 1 strike. Training in Harrisburg. Well, this game's almost done. So, looks like it's going to rain again over here in South Jersey. No balls, 1 strike to Wisdom. Marte winds up the pitch, swing and a miss. And the Cubs are down to their final strike. Wisdom today 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, and he grounded into a fielder's choice. Fans on their feet. Don't know when the last time I said that was. It's been quite a little bit of time ago. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Phillies lead 12-3. The pitch by Marte. Swing and a miss. And that'll do it. A 96-mile-per-hour sinker that was inside. And the Phillies break their 5-game losing streak. And they also break what is a 7-game losing streak against the Chicago Cubs. They get their first win versus the Cubs since 2021. And the Phillies win. And really the difference of the game was the grand slam that was hit by Kyle Schwarber in the bottom of the 1st inning. Phillies scored 6 runs in that inning thanks to the grand slam and a 2-run home run by Cody Clemens. After what was a disappointing loss last night to start off the weekend, they lost 10-1. They come back today and fire out of the gates and win 12-3. Aaron Nola had 98 pitches, and he threw his 28th career double-digit strikeout gem tonight in 7 innings. Ring the bell. Good job by the Phillies. Schwarber had his 5th career grand slam, and this thing was crushed. It was a hanging breaking ball thrown by Jameson Tailon, and it went into the second deck, and that was the difference. All right, we're going to sign off. We are going to sign off, but we will be back tomorrow afternoon at 1:35 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you for coming on here. I love you all so much. Do not forget to smash the like button. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button as well. I love you all so much. You guys are the best. And I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out. Thank you, Danny.